Welcome to this screening for you today. Hope everyone's safe. Kia kaha. Be strong, New Zealanders and other people in Australia and that too. I hope and pray that we get over this problem and issue with the world at the moment, with the obvious elephant in the room. So here we go. I'm going to bring you something I've just found out about a few days ago, and I'm hooked. I'm absolutely Peter Pan. Peter, I am so hooked. I am actually really hooked on Lilchess. Lilchess, L-I-L, chess, of course, is a site that I've become aware of because the Canterbury Chess Club are running tournaments on Lilchess and also other things too. So I'm not entirely sure about the detail of what they're doing, but they're having teams tournaments and things like that. So that's happening in this lockdown period, which is really good. That chess is one of those things that you don't have to, as I've said already, chess is one of those things that you don't have to be right next to the other side. You can play your opponent. So anyway, Canterbury Chess Club, you know what I'm saying. The Canterbury Chess Club are actually running a online service on Lilchess. So I had a look at Lilchess and I was just, wow, the platform I just really like. And guess what? To top that and to top that up, or top that off, I actually play really good because the platform's very good. It looks cartoony. It's even got some little wee bits of colour animation, which helped me with seeing what the heck's going on, or where did my opponent just play, etc. So here we go. So I want to show you these 5-minute games. What else? What else is there but 5-minute chess? 3 minutes and 2 seconds is okay, but what else is there than 5-minute chess? It's the best way to play chess, because it's soon thereafter over. So here we go. I'm going to get on with this. I've got a few games to show you that I want to show you, and one I consider is very good that I played. A very good game. So if you want to have a look at that, stay tuned. So here we have the Leonhardt variation of the Scandinavian, the Leonhardt Gambit line of the Scandinavian. So I didn't know it was called that. So I'm just going to race through these moves, and of course you can just have a look at these moves slowly if you want to see them slowly, because even strong chess players from the Canterbury Chess Club, you know, like champions and that sort of thing, have said, can you please, you know, like before I knew it, I looked at the game and it was already over. Well, you're already about 20 moves into it. I don't want to bore you. Here comes Bishop F4 with just a simple idea, tactic. I can't stay away from tactics. A simple tactical idea of knight here, threatening the queen with the bishop, and knight F8. So if black goes all the way home, queen D8, and I go bishop G3. Now I'm securing my bishop. Now bishop D6 and queen E2. So I'm playing my sort of setup. And F4, A6, and guess what I play? Bishop D3. H4 is coming up. That's Magnus Carlsen's move, or I call it Magnus Carlsen's move. It's not Magnus Carlsen's move, of course, but it is the move that he says you can play it in anything. So, okay. So here's H4 as promised, and of course, white is a pawn down, but I'm enjoying it. And H6, and what do? I go F5, and here's bishop F5. And rook E8. Now what? What would you play now? I think I played, first I play rook b e1, and then my opponent plays bishop d7. Now what would you play now? What would you play here if it's your game? Which it is, of course, it's your game. So what would you play here now? I play bishop d7 and knight d7 is pretty forced. I'm not, like queen d7 might be okay, but knight d7. So I played, what do you play now? It's a bit sort of like, a little bit sort of like, what I call, like I called one time, I had a game in 2007, and it was in Dunedin, and it was round 6 that I ended up getting third equal in, ahead of a whole lot of great players, because I had beaten our international master then, which from Wellington, that is already featured on this site. And I put the loss that I had with him some years before, in 1989. But here I say that my position was like a chicken carcass with nothing left on the bones hardly. But I handled it and I kept the position together. Anyway, not to do any more talking, I go rook f7. Now this is quite sort of this is sort of like, what would I say? It's sort of really, really glassy, this position, because what I'm actually threatening is if bishop e5, then I just go d e5. Now, if king takes rook, I'm sure everyone can see white's next move, which is pretty decisive. So I'm not going to show you that. So here's queen d8 and e6. Now, it's looking quite nice. So here comes queen, knight c5. See, the thing is, pardon me, the thing is that after knight here or something like that, knight here, then I just take the bishop with the rook. So knight c5, and now we're at queen g4, but what else? Why not? And here's queen g5, hg5, okay. And here's bishop e5. Now this is that what I played? Now, about 96. What's happened with 96? Can't understand it. Oh yeah, 96. Oh, I'm glad. 96 is no good because of rook e6. So here is where black resigned. Right, next game. Next 5-minute game from Lilchess. And this is the CARICOM 2 knights attack. Okay, so 2 knights attack, and this is my old trap. Not my old trap, but I had this trap played against me when I was a junior, about 14 years old or something. That's why I call it junior. And I had this trap played against me as black. I was black and white played this. So I ended up in getting into this position like a CARICOM, but I don't think I played a CARICOM. So have a look at this. This is really good. If you want to find a trap for CARICOM players to fall into, that they do fall into, as can be proven here, d4, knight e2. Right. Now the natural move, I've already shown this on this channel, but here's revision. Nothing wrong with revision, okay? c5 looks very, very normal. So what white does here is c3, lure the pawns into white's camp, like this. So d3 and knight f4. All of a sudden, this pawn on d3 is attacked twice and only defended once with the queen. So c4 comes about, and it's almost history after this. So I'm going to show you this game very quickly because it's quite entertaining. There are better moves for me to play, but it just depends whether I wanted to play them or not. So here I've got bishop e5 if I want, but I don't want to sort of get rid of this thing. Anyway, it don't matter. play some quickly and I'll play some slowly because I don't want to have you see too much. Just joking. H5, H3, H4, Bishop H2. Look at that bishop. Looks like a problem solving position now. Not Rook C5 because probably B4 will be good, but White would still have to meet Rook C7 and Rook B7. So Queen C5, King H1 check. What was that? Now comes this, so chomp at the bit, and Rook B2 and Bishop B5. Now I think Rook D8, and here's C4, Rook C1, Knight H5. I'm not worried about that. Queen C6, Queen E3, Rook CE1, Queen D2, Rook E2, Queen E2, Bishop E2, Rook E2, C4, Knight G3, HG3. So I'm just going to show you these moves quickly because it involves a blunder, and this is where Black resigned. The next game is for you today. I hope you're enjoying these. This is what I consider what I would call brilliancy. Let's just say that if there was a brilliancy prize to meet, I would probably enter this game here. Now, turn the engine off because I'm often E4. Then we've got the wing gambit. What's it called now? The Sicilian wing gambit. What do they call it now? The Carlsbad variation is what? Is that right? I don't usually learn the names of openings, but here they're playing F5 against me. How dare they? Castling, and here's C3, just nice and stick back behind this lovely raw pawns, and one of them is in Black's camp. So here's Bishop D7 and Knight A3 and A6, and White is meeting Black playing this very well. H4 because I have to play Magnus's move, and here's Rook C8 and H5 in addition to the H4 move is the move H5. Now we've got G6. Now guess what? What do I do? Take the pawn? No. I play C4. This is a beautiful move. This really racks up White's power in this opening. And here's GH5. So what do? I do, of course, CD5, ED5. Now, this is reminding me of my North Island Championship game round 4 against a very strong New Zealand player. And I play, so I end up playing very nicely from here on in. E6, it might not be sound, but it really worked out pretty well for me. Bishop E6 and Rook E1. Now, there are only a couple of ways for Black to defend their bishop on E6, and so White is met with one of the ways that Black finds is King D7 and Knight G5. And hang on, you have got Knight D4, David? Oh yes, of course, but we have Knight taking. Just keep it simple. Knight E6 and Bishop F5. Now what? Rook C6, and then we got Queen D5 check. Look at this. And now we're just threatening Bishop E6 regardless, almost. Regardless of just about anything. Even if King C7 here or King E7. If King E7, different story. But anyway, Rook D6. Now what? Now what's your move now? Now what's your next move? Okay, I've got my time clock here. Look, see, it's on just over 15 minutes now, so the clock has been set to 30 minutes, so we're just over 15 minutes. So it's your move. What's the move? Very, very easy to see. It involves a capture of a piece where it cannot be captured because it's pinned. So it's Bishop E6 check, and then we have King C7 and Bishop F4 pinning the Rook on D6. from taking my lovely queen on d5 and bishop eventually. So black is really annoyed with me right now. So they play knight e7. Now I could just go bishop takes d6, or I could go queen d6 and rook. But I go, what do I do here? Because if I go, if I don't watch it, black will just take my queen. So I play rook ac1. But of course, and now comes the move everyone in the world would play here now. Not king b8, because I quite like a lot of variations there for white. My opponent plays knight c6, and what do? I play rook c6, but of course it's very easy to see this. Everyone will say this is very easy to see this because they don't want to admit that I'm not playing some bad chess here. bc6, and then we have queen a5 check, and guess what? The next move I leave my queen on pre. Do you have to want to watch that? Because now if I don't watch it, I don't get my pieces or something like that. So here I play rook b1, but of course, and now what does black do? Oh, I don't know. What does black do now? Panic, I say. Dear captain. Plays king a8, and I play queen a6 checkmate. So that's that game, and I considered that quite brilliant. And that was the Sicilian Gambit Carlsbad variation against Anon. Two more, and I hope you're enjoying these. And if you stick around, I might offer something. Now this is another flag, and me 300 seconds each. That's 5-minute chess, 300 seconds each. That's quite cool. This is the Sicilian Defense Khan variation Maroczy bind. Okay. Now to spell Maroczy is a wee bit difficult because it's M-A-R-O-C-Z-Y. So here we go. I'm going to flip the board because this time I'm black, I think. I think I'm black in this game. Get the mouse off the playing field. Dave, C5. I'm black. Look at that. They're always playing the Maroczy bind on me. So this is the Khan variation that black's playing. The Khan, not the Khan variation, the Khan variation. Castling, bishop f3. Well, this isn't very good. Bishop d7. I don't really like bishop f3. It might be okay, but I don't really like it because white's gonna be in trouble with their c pawn. b3 is no good because b3 is no good, as previously shown on another chess session. b5, and I can win the pawn because the knight on c3 is X-rayed undefended on c3, so it cannot go cb5 because of rook c3. Knight c4, bishop c1. A wee bit of a surprise, but actually this is a game I entitled maybe, just maybe, white's attacking me, because that's what happens soon. b5, b3, and I think that if I ask the computer, if I may, if that's okay with you, I'll ask the computer to suggest a move for black. Oh, played my move. Again, I didn't even look yet. Switch off engine. So here's knight b6. I played the right move. I'm actually thinking that I think I've seen knight e5 in this sort of position. And then I just have a pawn on e5, but I played the right move. Can't believe it. Now I'm threatening the rook on c3. I mean the knight on c3. I'm threatening to move my rook to the c3. b4 and knight a4, knight a4, a5. Now the pawn on e4 is on, so here comes that move that I might have dreaded, as e5. And what do I do now? What would you do now? I'm going to keep this under 30 minutes, okay? And we'll have some, maybe have some music on or something, I'm not sure. Thank you to Mr. Luke Hurley, a great friend of mine, been a friend for since I've been about the same age, 14. Knight d5. This gets a wee bit, this position gets a wee bit airy. So here, white is of course threatening the great grand checkmate. I cannot play e5 because of queen d5. And hello, Mr. Whistle. And here's bishop d3. So white's throwing everything at me. And I'm going, ugh. So here we go. Bishop d3 now. I'm going to go threaten you on h4 with queen takes and some pretty nasty moves on h7. So here's queen e7 and queen h4, h6. Remember, this is 5-minute chess. Bishop e4, threatening me again. What? Threatening just bishop d5, and my pawn that's cloaking my queen's defense is uncovered if I take on d5. So here's knight c3, and I said to myself, I plan a wee bit in lightning chess and 5-minute chess. I actually said to myself, do not, if you get to take the knight, if the knight is taken on c3, take it with your rook, not pawn, because I just wanted to play it better. So there's bishop d3, white's kind of trying to line me up, and bishop c6. Knight d4, another threat, because now we have, I played here I believe, and then my opponent plays knight f5. Now I have to watch this bishop, so they'll go queen c7, and now the knight has been a tactical course, knight d6, queen d6. And was it queen h5? Yes, just like in my face, obvious checkmate threats, or nasty checks anyway. We won't say they're checkmates, but they're pretty nasty looking. So what do I do now? My move, f5. So I play f5 now, and I'm feeling, sorry to say, comfortable. I had actually thought of this move here too, bishop g2. But I decided not to, because I thought queen g6 might be a good move, not to look into it too deeply. So here's f5, and now I stop all the sort of going ons around my king with white squared bishops, but I have to watch out for dark squared bishops for white as well, because they've got the two babes, as it's called. Oh, what's happened here? Oh, what happened? I'll just have to load this game again. Open database. Do this one. Play some moves, right? Then open database. I've learned how to work this out. And here we go. Oh, what's going on here? Have I got more than I thought? Yeah, oh, sorry. Now, turn the engine off. Queen g6, and of course not now e5, because of two moves, bishop f5, or the better, queen takes queen, so that's no good. So rook f6 and bishop g2 as promised, because now if the bishop takes the pawn or something to try to get a pawn as well, because it's now on pre, then the rook just takes, and it's no good, because the queen's attacked. So here's bishop b5, not worrying me. So bishop d5, back again. And here's where black won on time to the flag falling. Now the next one, I've got 4 minutes more. I didn't realise I've got more to show you. So there's actually 2, so I'm incorrect. This is the Hungarian Opening Catalan formation. So I'm black here. And I'll turn the engine off. Keep repeating myself, don't I? 5-minute chess on Lilchess. Lilchess. Or something like that. And here, I think that b5 looks better. Now I'll ask the computer quickly. Oh no. I played the right move again. Sorry about the arrows. c4, bishop b4, queen b4. This one is this is the one where I feel I'm getting attacked and really big time. So this is a bit tinny, this one. Very tinny, that's a good word for it. What I'm trying to explain. Was that the right move? I don't think knight c5 was the right move. But it's not doing too bad for black, for white. Queen g5 and king h8. Now I'm very sure that black can be met with this move here. And I think it looks pretty hard for me. So I think queen b6 is a bit scary looking. What would I actually do? Oh, I don't know. Here's knight d4, of course, and bishop e7, knight e2. Right, I'm going to swing through these ones because this might be a little bit elementary, dear Watson. Well, I still make a mistake, but it might be okay. Because I have to. Oh, 96. That's where my opponent lost. And one more for good measure, and that will be 30 minutes or just under, unless I add. There's not another one there, is there? No, there's not. I hope. Okay, right. This is the Sicilian Gambit. Have I done it? I've done this one. I'm pretty sure I've done this one. So I haven't got any more as I thought. So saved it as a variation. So that's it. There we go. We've got animation here. Thank you very much for viewing this chess channel and other things too. And all the best with your chess. And did you notice? I've had a haircut, and guess what I did? Myself. And some of my family have said, "What's the change?" Okay, thank you very much.